Hey guys, welcome back to Sun Crypto. In today's content, I'm just gonna give you guys a very quick update regarding the current price of BTC, and also I'm gonna give you guys an update regarding Ethereum, right? But before we get started, make sure to hit the likes, make sure to basically join our public Telegram group, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so, and then basically if you're looking to join our premium group, send me a message once you basically join our public Telegram group. I'm gonna give you both short-term target and basically medium-term target for BTC. As you can see, BTC looks to be very overvalued. We talked about it previously last week regarding a short squeeze, and price could be pumping back up to basically just clean up the the mess before basically the next capitulation down, which could be basically in June, July, or even like September. We could be up to September we could be basically dropping all the way down, guys. So let's take a look at it. In terms of support, we go first thing first, going to take a look at it in terms of support and resistance. As you can see, support and resistance, it is basically basic technical analysis. You basically just sell at support, you just basically buy at support and basically sell at resistance, right? You could look at it that way if you just don't want to keep it very simple, but it seems like as of now BTC is respecting this support level. Okay, I was looking for it to dip down like to 85, when you basically very bearish, you want to take every single penny, right? So I was looking for it like according to our previous update, looking for it to drop all the way down to mid 8500 range, okay, 8500, but it got support just about like 8630, which is pretty close, right? So, and now we are basically pumping above this level of red zone. The red zone, it is basically called a red zone because it is basically a zone you do not want to be buying BTC at. Okay, you avoid buying BTC at 95 basically to 10k area. Can it pump high? Absolutely, but like I said previously, back in last year, just about this level, I was like, do not buy BTC above 10k, right? Last year I said do not buy BTC in this range, so avoid buying BTC in this range. The best thing to do, not financial advice, is like to accumulate some shorts just about this area, depending on your basically trading styles, right? You could be looking for like a accumulated short from like a 95 all the way up to 10k, and do not have to worry about like averaging up or down and all that good stuff, right? So in terms of support and resistance, we're about to enter a red zone. So now let's take a look at it in terms of wave analysis. As I showed you previously, I said exactly right, BTC could be basically making a triangle. If you go back, watch our analysis before even the triangle, when we got this first triangle, that's when I told you like the triangle gonna be expanded. Okay, we're gonna get a bigger triangle. We just didn't know at what price level we're gonna get our second support level. I was anticipating like 85, okay, just because 85 is a random number, but at the same time, if you take a look at expand this line, you could see like we could anticipate like this move. Okay, so, and I was like, okay, it could be anywhere around this level. You just don't know the same exact number, and we can get back up to this upper level of the boundary. The upper level boundary, the way you could be drawing it could be very subjective, but as of now, all right, we're very close to the red zone, and we are very close to the upper level of the boundary. So what I'm looking for, at least for the short term, I'm looking for a break to the downside. Okay, so I'm gonna give you the bullish setup, but as of now the bearish setup is more probable, right? It doesn't mean we cannot get a bullish setup, but the bearish setup within this range could be more probable. Okay, and medium term target, if you play a triangle, you don't worry, you don't have to worry too much. You can just do your one-to-one extension, okay? And it doesn't matter, I mean, you just have to wait for the breakout. But let's say we break out like within the next few days or so on. Okay, one-to-one extension going to take us just about like a high basically low 7k, high 6k area. All right, at least for the short term. So short-term target, we're going to be looking for accumulation for the bears to be accumulating shorts all the way up to 10k level, 95 to 10k. Okay, that's the medium term target. Some of the bears already shorted at 96. Okay, so they're already basically accumulating shorts all the way down for the next downside target if this triangle going to be playing out. Basically, I'm going to show you the bullish momentum now. Okay, so the bullish momentum, something very bullish about BTC. Okay, last year I was very bullish on BTC. Okay, so and BTC is basically giving me the same structure. Okay, so if you take a look at it, back in 20, just about 2019, right? Just about like a June, the first week of June, just about this level. The first week of June, June 7th to June 4th to June 7th last year, guys, I was extremely bullish when the market was looking for a sell-off. Okay, so we got this setup. The setup we got right now, it is the same exact setup as the setup we got last year, June, the first week of June, and we're about to enter the first week of June again. So what do we got? We got our 6 hour 6 hour basically 200 EMA, and basically 100 EMA basically getting a big separation. You take a look at these two lines, the yellow line, right, and basically the red line. If you take a look at this structure, that's the same exact structure we're making right now, guys. So that's a bullish setup. We could be, the bulls could be basically taken advantage of, okay, if we break 10k. So pay attention to it. We got the same exact separation, same exact time, just about like the first week of June. So we're about to enter June next week. Already got the structure. So I'm looking for, even though I'm bearish, okay, I'm just gonna have to be very cautious not to basically do crazy selling within this range, and basically just take it moderate and look for a rejection. If we break above it, the triangle going to be playing out, right? Similarly to the upside target, 1-to-1 extension of this move, right? So we already talked about this move, 1-to-1 extension last week. So it is going to be like 11.6 and 11.6 at the same time. If you do a swing high to swing low, it is going to be 1.618 extension. So exactly 1.618 extension. So the bulls, okay, even though, guys, 98 to 10k is our basically base accumulation range, if the bulls manage to break above it, it is going to be very explosive for the next 3 weeks to 4 weeks, all the way up to like end of June. So let's keep that in mind. But my personal bias is bearish, at least for the short term, until we basically break 10k and so on, right? And we could be looking for a further move. But as of now, I'm looking for the break to the downside, as we've been anticipating with the top formation, with the triangle. Okay, let's take a look at basically our MACD and basically RSI and see what the MACD and RSI are telling us, at least for the short term. As you guys know, we only use, like, most of the time 9 out of 10 two indicators, MACD and RSI. Okay, so MACD, RSI. Okay, so our MACD on the 12-hour time frame, these our favorite time frames is 12 hour. Okay, so what we said last time when MACD was basically giving us a low volatility range, okay, we said we're gonna get a separation and we're gonna drop down. We did that exactly. Okay, so now what we said regarding the RSI on the 12-hour time frame, we said RSI is basically facing what was facing a downtrend, and we said we needed to drop at least retest this level and then basically try to jump back above it. So they doing that. Okay, though the bulls, they're doing a great job basically jumping above this red line. So what are we looking for, at least for the short term? The bulls can retest it. If they retest it, guys, they could be trying to go back up in that area. So if we're going to be going back up in this area, that's a bullish setup. It means we're going to have to break 10k. All right, so we just have to keep that in mind. If the bulls retest these trend lines and basically do not break it and drop below this range, we're going to be breaking 10k. All right, so let's take a look at basically the MACD, see what the MACD is telling us. MACD is basically behaving well in terms of bullishness, right? So it basically did exactly what we've been expecting. So it dropped, it gave us this basically bearish crossover, now gave us another bullish crossover in this range. So what are we looking for, at least for the short term? We just have to get another bearish crossover if we want to break the triangle to the downside. If we're going to be pumping to the upside, most likely MACD going to give us this move to the upside, and at least for the short term, it is going to break this trend line. Okay, it is going to break this trend line. Right now we basically facing a slight resistance on the MACD, so MACD is lagging behind, unlike basically the RSI. So let's see if the MACD going to be able to break this this thing above. If we break it, guys, excuse me, it is most likely going to be a basically bull time, at least for the short term, right? So if you're bullish, you got all the bullish setup, and if you're bearish, I already showed you my bias and what I'm looking for, at least for the short term. Okay, so one thing we just have to add on is like the basically the volume. We haven't talked about volume for a while right now. Let's take a look at it on Binance. So Binance, I want to take a look at the monthly volume and see where we at. Monthly volume is looking great. We haven't seen a red volume since since like almost guys March. Okay, we haven't seen a basically a red monthly volume. So that's not a good sign for the bears. Okay, the bulls, they're doing a great job, at least for the short term. So what are we looking for, at least for the short term? On a monthly basis, closing above this range is bullish, right? On a monthly basis, closing just about 94.50, it is going to be, let's see, it is going to be just about like 93.50 actually, guys. That's 93.50. So closing above 93.50 could be a bullish setup, at least for the short term. And we're gonna need like to fight, not to basically break just about like a 10K within the next few weeks. The first week of next month, we just have to basically stay very tight for the bearish momentum, and then basically take it back down to like a low 6400 range. So next month close trading basis, I'm looking for, it is going to be two ranges. Okay, the first range going to be just about like a 94.50, and the downside range I'm looking for, it is like a low 6K area. So you've been watching me and you know I've been talking about the low 6K level, and if we basically capitulate down, we're most likely going to find a support. That's a macro scale now. That it's not like a tomorrow's trade, so do not expect it to basically capitulate down by the next few hours, at least for the short term, right? If it happens, great, but I do not expect it. Okay, so all right guys, thanks a lot for watching. Make sure to hit the likes, make sure to subscribe, make sure to join our basically public Telegram group, and basically join our premium group for daily analysis, price target, price setup, Ethereum, EOS, basically Ethereum, EOS, XRP, and some other alts. Okay, all right guys, thanks a lot for watching.